A homeless man grabbed the little girl's hand. "Please, miss, I haven't eaten in 3 days." The girl's father rushed over. "Let go of my daughter." He shoved the man away. "Stay away from us, you beggar." The homeless man fell to the ground. "I'm sorry, sir. I was just hungry." The security guard ran over. "What's happening here?" "This man attacked my daughter," the father shouted. "No, I didn't." "Shut up!" The guard kicked him. "I'm calling the police." A crowd gathered. People pointed and whispered. The homeless man's eyes filled with tears. Suddenly, an old woman pushed through. "Stop! Everyone stop!" She knelt beside the man. "Son, are you hurt?" "Grandma, please, don't help him," someone warned. She ignored them. "Here's $50. Buy food. Get medicine." She handed him the money. The father laughed. "Old lady, you're stupid. He'll buy drugs." She turned sharply. "Judge not, and you won't be judged." The homeless man couldn't speak. Tears rolled down his face. 2 weeks later, the old woman collapsed at home. Her grandson panicked. "Grandma, please wake up." He rushed her to the hospital. The doctor examined her. "She needs surgery immediately. It costs $20,000. "I only have $2,000, the grandson cried. The doctor left. Minutes felt like hours. Then the door opened. A man in a suit walked in. "I'll pay everything," he said quietly. The grandson looked up, confused. "Who are you?" The man smiled. "2 weeks ago, your grandmother saved my life. I wasn't homeless. I was testing humanity after losing my faith. She restored it. I own 3 hospitals. Your grandmother's surgery is free. Forever. Have faith. God sees everything." This old woman sat crying on a park bench in the rain, and she had nowhere to go. People walked by without looking at her. A little girl playing nearby noticed her tears. "Grandma, why are you sad?" The old woman smiled weakly. "I lost my home, sweet child. I have no family left. God has forgotten me." The little girl ran to her mother. "Mommy, can the sad lady come home with us?" Her mother shook her head. "We barely have enough food for ourselves, honey." But the little girl wouldn't give up. She ran back to the old woman. "God didn't forget you. He sent me to find you." The mother watched her daughter hold the old woman's hand. Something warm filled her heart. She walked over and said, "Come with us. We'll make room somehow." The old woman cried happy tears. At their small apartment, they shared their simple dinner. The old woman blessed the food with a prayer. The next morning, the mother found an envelope under their door. Inside was a check for $50,000 and a note. "Thank you for showing me God's love through your kindness. Your neighbor who has been watching." The old woman smiled. "God works in mysterious ways, dear child. If you believe God never leaves us alone, drop a heart and subscribe." This woman ripped down every cross and religious picture in her house. When neighbors invited her to church, she'd slam the door. "God is dead to me," she'd shout. Her daughter had died in an accident 2 years ago. Since then, she blamed God for everything. One rainy night, she found a homeless girl shivering outside her door. "Please, can I stay here? I have nowhere to go." The woman was about to say no when thunder crashed. Reluctantly, she let her in. The girl prayed before eating the simple meal the woman prepared. "Stop that nonsense," the woman snapped. "God doesn't care about us." But the girl smiled. "He sent me to you, didn't he?" Days passed. The girl cleaned, cooked, and brought joy to the empty house. She never stopped praying, even when the woman scolded her. One morning, the woman found a letter on the girl's pillow. She had left. The letter read, "Thank you for saving me. I was ready to end my life that night, but you showed me God's love through your kindness. Your daughter asked me to tell you. She's safe with him. Keep believing." The woman's hands trembled. "Thank you for not giving up on me. Drop a heart if you believe God never abandons you." This father walked past his son's school every day, but never came inside. "Dad, why don't you ever come to my games?" "I'm too busy working, son." The boy's heart broke. His coach saw him crying. "Your dad doesn't care about you. Look around, kid. All these other dads are here, but where's yours?" The other kids started laughing. "Your dad is a deadbeat. He doesn't love you at all. You're all alone." The boy believed them. "God, why did you abandon me too? Just like my dad. I hate you both." Years passed. The boy became the star player, but felt empty inside. One day, his coach got arrested for stealing team money. The new coach found old records. "Someone has been paying for everything. Your equipment, your training camp, even your team fees." "Who?" the boy asked, confused. "Your father. He works 3 jobs every night. He watches every single game from the parking lot. He didn't want you to see his torn clothes." The boy ran outside crying. There was his dad watching through the fence. "Dad, I thought you left me. I was always here, son. I couldn't come inside, but God gave me eyes to watch you." The boy hugged him tight. "God used your sacrifice to make me strong." This father caught his son stealing money from his wallet. "You're a thief! Get out of my house!" The 16-year-old boy packed his bag with tears in his eyes. "Dad, please, I just needed lunch money." But his father slammed the door. The boy lived on the streets, cold and hungry. "God, why did you let this happen?" He cried every night. "I trusted you, but you let my own father throw me away." Years passed. The boy worked hard and became a successful businessman. One day, his neighbor called. "Your father is very sick. He's been asking for you. Let him suffer alone. He made his choice when he threw me out, but guilt ate at him." He went to see his father. The old old man was weak and dying. Son, I was wrong. I was scared you'd become like me. I stole when I was young. I didn't want that life for you. The son stayed angry. It's too late for sorry. Then his father handed him an old shoebox. Open it when I'm gone. The father died that night. Inside the box were receipts, food deliveries to the homeless shelter where his son had stayed, money sent to help street kids, a letter that said, I watched over you every day. God never left you. I was his hands. The son fell to his knees and cried, drop a heart if you believe God never abandons us. This man burned all his Bibles after losing his job. God abandoned me, he yelled at his wife. I'm done believing. His wife pleaded with him to keep faith, but he refused. His friends stopped visiting. He used to pray with everyone. Now he cursed when anyone mentioned God. When the pastor came by, he slammed the door. I don't want your help. God is fake. One evening, he saw an old homeless man shivering outside. The old man was holding a torn Bible and praying quietly. The man felt angry. Praying won't feed you. God doesn't care about us. Son, God never left you. You left him. This made the man furious. What do you know? I lost everything. The old man smiled sadly. I lost my family, my home, everything too. But I still have faith. The man stared at the peaceful look on the old man's face. How can you still believe? Because even when I'm hungry and cold, I'm not alone. God walks with me. Something stirred in the man's heart. He bought the old man dinner. As they ate together, the man felt peace for the first time in months. Maybe I was angry at the wrong person. Maybe God was there all along, waiting for me to come back. The man went home and hugged his wife. I want to pray again. Drop a heart if you believe God never gives up on us. A woman sat in her car at a park. She saw a homeless man fall down on the path. The man dropped his food on the ground. He looked very sad. The woman laughed. She said to herself, he should get a job. God doesn't help lazy people. She stayed in her car. She ate her lunch. Just then a man walked by. The woman gasped. He was her secret crush from school. The man ran to the homeless man. He helped him stand up. He gave the homeless man his own lunch. He said, God loves you, brother. You're not alone. The homeless man smiled. Thank you. God bless you. The woman felt confused. Why would he help that man? She stepped out of her car. She walked to the man. She smiled big. Hi, I remember you from school, she said. The man smiled back. Oh, hello? The woman pointed at her expensive car. I just bought this. God bless me so much. The man nodded. That's nice. The woman looked at his simple clothes. She laughed. Why do you dress so poor? Don't you have money? The man's smile disappeared. God cares about our hearts, not our clothes. The woman rolled her eyes. Whatever. You should focus on getting rich. The man shook his head. I'm engaged to someone who understands faith. Goodbye. He walked away. The woman felt angry. She walked back to her car. Just then, a thief jumped in her car. He drove away fast. The woman screamed, no, my car! God, help me! She sat on the ground. She started to cry. A poor-looking woman walked by. She saw her crying. Are you okay? Can I help? The poor-looking woman asked. The woman looked up. She saw the woman's old clothes. Get away from me! You're too poor to help, she said. The poor-looking woman looked sad. I have money to call a taxi for you. The woman laughed. You have money? Stop lying, beggar! Just then, the man from earlier came back. He walked to the poor-looking woman. Honey, are you ready to go? He asked. The woman on the ground gasped. Wait, she's your wife? The man nodded. Yes, my wife has great faith in God. She helps everyone. He looked at the woman on the ground. You mocked a homeless man. You insulted my wife. You trust money, not God. The poor-looking woman said, God tests our hearts through how we treat others. They walked away together. The woman sat alone. She had no car. She had no friends. She realized God had tested her. She had failed. Drop a heart if you believe God sees our hearts, not our wallets.
A young priest finds a wallet with $800 during morning service. He calls out, who lost this? A rich businessman rushes forward. That's mine. I had $1,000 in there. The priest counts the money carefully. Sir, there's only $800 here. The businessman's face turns red. Are you calling me a liar? I demand my full $1,000 right now. Other church members gather around. Give him his money, father, someone whispers. He's very powerful. He can get you in trouble. The priest shakes his head calmly. I cannot give what isn't here. The businessman explodes. You stole my $200. I'm calling the police. He grabs his phone. I'll tell everyone you're a thief in priest's clothing. A police officer arrives. The businessman shouts, arrest him. This priest stole from me. The priest remains quiet. The officer asks, sir, can you prove there was $1,000? The businessman stammers, well, no receipt, but I know what I had. Just then, a homeless man walks in, panting. Excuse me, father. Did anyone find a wallet? I lost mine this morning. It had $800 inside. My life savings. Everyone freezes. The priest smiles gently. What color is your wallet? Brown, with a torn corner. My daughter's photo is inside. The priest opens the wallet and shows a little girl's picture. The homeless man starts crying. Thank God. That's my Sarah. The businessman goes pale and tries to leave quietly. The priest stops him. Sir, you tried to steal from a man who has nothing. God tests our hearts in strange ways. The businessman falls to his knees. Forgive me, father. I have everything but wanted more. The homeless man gives the businessman a piece of bread. When you're truly hungry, you'll understand what matters. The businessman breaks down crying. The priest says, greed makes the rich rich poor. Giving makes the poor rich. Drop a heart if God reveals truth at the right time.
Every Sunday, little Emma hides money in her pocket during church. Her Aunt Lisa watches her closely. After service, Emma sneaks away from the family. Aunt Lisa follows her and sees Emma giving the money to an old woman outside. "Emma, you're stealing from the offering plate!" Lisa shouts, grabbing her arm. At home, Lisa tells Emma's mom, "Your daughter steals God's money every week. I saw her take it from the offering plate." Mom is shocked. "Emma, how could you steal from church? God sees everything you do." Emma starts crying. "Mama, I didn't steal. It's my allowance money. Don't lie to me, young lady. Your aunt saw you." Mom takes away Emma's toys. "You're punished until you tell the truth." The next Sunday, Aunt Lisa watches Emma even closer. She sees Emma put money in her pocket again. "There! She's doing it again." Lisa grabs Emma's hand and drags her to the pastor. "Pastor, this child steals from God's money." The pastor looks confused. "Actually, Emma gives me her allowance every week. She asked me to give it to Mrs. Johnson outside. Mrs. Johnson is very poor and hungry." Everyone stares in shock. The pastor continues. "Emma said God wants her to help hungry people with her own money. She's been doing this for months." Aunt Lisa's face turns red with shame. Mom hugs Emma tight. "I'm so sorry, baby. You have the biggest heart." Mrs. Johnson walks up with tears in her eyes. "This little angel saved my life. God sent her to help me." Comment yes if this reminds you that God sees all good deeds. This grandmother slammed the door when her grandson brought his girlfriend home. "She doesn't belong here. Look at her skin. Look how different she is. God made us to stay with our own kind." "Grandma, how can you say that? Sarah loves God more than anyone I know." But his grandmother crossed her arms. "I won't have her in my house. Choose her or choose me." Heartbroken, the grandson moved out with Sarah. Years passed without a word. One Sunday, the old woman collapsed at church. A young nurse rushed over, checking her pulse and calling for help. "Stay with me," the nurse said gently. "You're going to be okay." At the hospital, the woman woke up, confused. The same nurse was holding her hand, praying quietly. "Thank you. What's your name?" "Sarah." The nurse smiled. "I work here every Sunday after church service." The old woman's heart stopped. This was the girl she had rejected. Sarah continued. "My husband visits the church, praying for you every week. He still loves you, even though you broke his heart. He says you taught him to pray. I was so wrong. I thought I knew God's will, but I was just afraid." Sarah squeezed her hand. "God's love has no color, no borders. Love sees what hearts cannot." Drop a heart if you believe God's love includes everyone. This young man was rushing to church when he bumped into an old woman selling flowers on the street. "Watch where you're going, Grandma." Her flowers scattered everywhere. "I'm so sorry, sir. Please help me pick them up." "Pick up your own mess. I'm late for church. God doesn't wait for anyone." Then he stepped on her flowers and walked away. The old woman quietly gathered the crushed petals, tears in her eyes. Inside the church, the pastor announced, "Today we have a special guest. Our church's biggest donor is visiting. Everyone please welcome her." The young man straightened his tie, excited to meet this important person. The doors opened and the old flower woman walked in. His face went pale. "She's our angel. She's donated millions to feed the hungry and help the poor, but she always stays humble, selling flowers on the street to meet people who need God's love." The congregation stood and clapped. The woman's eyes met his. She smiled gently and walked toward him. "I forgive you, son, but God saw everything. He was testing your heart today." The young man fell to his knees, crying. "I'm so sorry. I thought I was religious, but I failed God's test. God gives second chances. That's why I'm here." Comment yes if you believe God tests our hearts through others.